you have what it takes. You have what it takes to pull your foot off of the brakes of your life and accelerate towards the destiny that is your final destination. And anything less would be a total desecration of the sacred temple that you are. Because you are blessed with visions that only you can see. You've been given dreams that only you can make a reality. And to rob the world of your unique contribution would be a tragedy. Because you have what it takes. You have what it takes to take those dreams from behind your eyelids to right in front your very eyes, from the back of your mind to right in your front lawn, or anywhere you want it. Flaunt it. Your greatness is not to be kept secret. It ain't like the good cutlery that only special guests get to peek it. Seek it. And when you find it, shine it like a star. A perpetual light to guide others like you, lost stars, to their rightful place in the sky. How high you want travel? How high you really want to travel? We can hover light years above the earth's surface, or we can roll up in the gravel. Cause we dig our own graves and we build our own castles. So let me know if to hand you some cement blocks or a shovel. One time somebody tell me, Mr. Green, hand me a space shuttle. Hand me a space shuttle. Cause I plan to build a mansion on the moon. But why not Mars or Neptune? Do you really have what it takes to get that high? Or use just a hot air balloon? Nah, when I look in your eye, I see that you have what it takes. You have what it takes to shake off the shackles of fear and dive into the abyss of perils and risk, making mistakes and missteps, but still pumping your fist in victory. Confidence is not arrogance, and though life is full of mystery, you are not mystified. In the court of history, your ancestors have already testified that you have what it takes by their very survival. When death would have been an easy escape, your ancestors expressed their faith that you, their descendant, would one day wake and take your rightful place in the race. Firm and forceful, but full of grace. Through your tongue, your ancestors taste success. Through their sacrifices, you are blessed. So nothing less than your best is required. It's time to get fired up and quake all those who would underrate you. So they will never again ask if you have what it takes. Because it would be obvious that you do have what it takes.
Year number three. Year number three. But the best thing about year number three, near number one for the 208. Talking Tales.
So the thing set. It is 3 years, Talking Tales. Miss Keisha Christie. Amazing.
Of course.
Amazing. And you know, the beauty of this is, you know, that she's sharing our culture with the world.
And that's the thing, like we have a show lined up with talent and doctors and there's people of intellect that if you just listen to what they have to say, you'll get something from them. You know what I'm saying? I'm privileged to work with Miss Ghetto Stories herself. If you know about Miss Ghetto Stories and her struggle, what she went through and how she thrived through life, you understand that what I'm telling you right now is life. It's words. It's what's the word I'm looking for? It's a community upbringing, right? Based on what you hear from her story, you get things. Based on hearing the other stories from everybody else, you're gonna get. We have a 13-year-old phenomenon who's a songwriter and a singer who has international songs. So that's just a tip of what we have around here. We have doctors. we have lawyers, we have a bunch of people here. And of course we have Miss Keisha Christie, the one who put on the show for 3 years, who's going through the blood, sweat, and tears to entertain everybody.
We call her the mastermind, right? So blessings and love, and Miss Keisha, the lovely Miss Lou would say, just do it. What we're gonna do right now, we're gonna walk good.
Walk good.
Walk good.
Baba deo ogunye kureje baba. Baba de ogunye kureje baba. Take a moment of silence. You should be listening. I will tell a tale of freedom in the Caribbean. In a time when black men lost dominion. Back in Saint-Domingue, bordered by Dominican, on the Isle of Hispaniola, Toussaint was born to lead his men. This is a story of when we stopped being inventory, raised swords and machetes then to fight for our glory. You may think it boring, but this was life. Africans brought across the seas had to die or fight. Slavery was never nice, raped and beaten every night, denied our names and language to make money for the whites. But get it right, that was then and this is today. We will honor our ancestors in our own way. But anyway, back to the man. Born into chains, you see, they may bind his body, but they could not control his brain. He taught himself to read and to speak many tongues, and if caught reading, he would kiss the barrel of the gun. He was the one to beat the fear and think of the force he would have if he mustered up our strength. One day he had enough, and the choice was rough. He escaped into the jungles before the sun was up. And he survived on his own. Rain and starvation wore his bones, and he built himself a band of escapees to get along. Many of us were veterans of 76, promised freedom by the French if we fought the British, which was. We just came back to more repression, but now the time was ours to teach the enemy a lesson. Though not the intention, a rebellion had begun. Toussaint went from the victim to the one holding the gun. One by one, slaves escaped and joined the cause. Ancient drums from our homeland sang songs to the old gods. Baba deo, ogunye kudeye baba. We took back the land and the fields we had to work on. The war on. And les béquets, they were slaughtered heartless. Revenge served cold is the only catharsis. And with the French licked and Spain chased out in due course, Toussaint showed them the meaning of l'union fait la force. Now tides across the seas had changed dramatic. The leadership of France was now Napoleonic. They wrote it into law that blacks were an inferior race. This Code Noir was a slap to the face. But they could not displace this hold on a colony lost. To lose more men on that sacred soil would be too high a cost. They tried to change our allies, and so trade was cut off. They tried to starve us into submission, but you cannot starve a rock. But at one point or another, this bloodshed had to stop. And so a deal was made. The Emperor of France struck a deal with Toussaint's aides. They brought him on a boat for a meeting of peace. which turned out to be betrayal of the highest degree. Before he could shake a hand, he was beaten and seized. But he said, "You can kill me, but never the dream." And just like that, he was carted across the seas and died in the Bastille, rife with disease. Born a slave, he died in a cage, but as a free man instead of a slave. As a free man instead of a slave. As a free man instead of a slave. Baba deo ogunye kudeye baba. Baba de ogunye kudeye baba.
So today I'm going to be reading Heavy Skin, a piece from my second poetry book. Here we go. First I'm going to start with the back. Oh, what does it mean to be conscious? What does it mean to be black? What does it look like to feel powerless in love, race, or a pandemic? What does it look like to accept all sides of yourself, even in your darkest times? This poetic expedition explores all of those questions through the lens of a strong black woman, just trying to find herself during her weakest and strongest times, in one of the only places she felt safe or in control, and that place was in poetry. Heavy skin. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like to wear skin less heavy. Like, would we get time for nourishment and not have to grow up before we are ready? Does God mourn for black skin? Now how to prove this to my unborn son. Feeling like we're in the Matrix with no Keanu. If Trinity is our lover, I see no holy in it. I want to have a son that I won't have to worry about mourning. I want to believe in the good of the morning each time I open my eyes, but reality rises. So I wish thee a happy one. Happy rising while we start disguising the heroes we see, since we see them getting taken down like posters. Pussies with pain in holsters, how do you sleep with hate in your heart? Allies, I'm scared to have a son because I don't know if I can save him. Histories of single motherhood, is that my destiny? More reasons to fear for this unborn baby. I can't erase my past, so I grab a pen to write for my future. Black minds race as we live the races between races. Our blood racing down the streets. Our tears racing each other down our faces. The race from the media as we see them who is us slain publicly. They say be the change you want to see. But how can one bring the community to a finish line? Especially when we see that even during a pandemic, that doesn't mean an end to black crime. Now let me ask you, would you rather Malcolm X or just Malcolm? The goal is not to take all the problems and just solve them. Legends remind us of the power of self-beliefs. Like they saw what was wrong and used their voices to believe. Overstand the grand plans to change common beliefs. Don't carry the weight of our skin on your sleeves. Don't carry the weight of our skin on your shoulders. Don't carry the weight of our skin on your hearts. Might look thin, but it's heavy though. Galactic from the spiritual, can you hear the beauty of black skin? Heavy skin. A tale of alternative perspectives as we learn to praise our heavy skin like the gold that it is weighed in, melanin. Reminding us that you are not here to save us, but to remind us to be united and that for our rights we have always fighted. It doesn't matter if we take baby steps in the grand scale of things. Our ancestors saw their escapings as baby steps, but look at us now. Look at us now. Black people, hold your head high. This heavy skin shines light in the darkest times. Heavy skin, a quarter to a dime. Heavy skin, heavy skin. I love my melanin. Thank you so much for having me today. And if you have a feeling, a paper, a pen, you have the ability to be a writer. So you can check me out on my Instagram at NeedSomeKoi on Instagram, where you can check out the different classes that I'm doing in the community, where I'm having different circles for Black men only to talk and discuss, for Black women only to talk and discuss, and then I have different workshops where we come together to discuss. So check me out at Flourishing Fitness on Instagram or NeedSomeKoi. Thank you so much for watching today. Goodbye.
I wait for moon. Hush, hush. Creep under shadow. and bush. Hiding cow foot. Clump, clump. And stoop bone back. Lump, bump. Skeleton news. Am I hobbling, crouching from day, praying hard for day to fade away, go light, take flight, let silver moonbeams alight. Soft dry water falling, cascading on dry skin, a spell to let my soul fly free. Moon, full moonlight, like a white halo in night, make me shine in white, let me be free. Beauty, dew, jewel on tones, diamonds for my hair, silver for my cheeks, white gown glowing. Beauty, me, a beauty beneath a tree, graceful in the dew leaves, swaying in the cool air, waiting, waiting, free. Moonlight spirit dance on cool wind, whisper to me, he is so near. Tonight he'll be the trophy I win. From the shadows I see him appear. Moonlight spirits dance on cool wind, whisper to me, he is so near. Tonight he'll be the trophy I win. From the shadows I see him appear. Dark light, bright moon. Good night, good night. He say to me and I smile. He say and he's mine tonight. He goes, sorry, he come out this night. I dip my hat, say, good evening, I. Blackbird fly, crapple call on the wind. He take a step. Screech owl fly, cross the sky, heralding. One step, two step. That's the way, boy. Don't be shy now. I go set your soul free. With one more step. See me smile. See I shy. Beckoning, beckoning. He take the step. Come to me through the trees, to the whisper of the sea. Come with me through the bush on the blue of the night. Feel the moon calling to your heart. Feel the wind, it dance, it sing. That rhythm of my heartbeat drum down the lane to lead you down. Swirling, twirling, wind blow, howling down the track low. music of my steps roll, leading him to fate's door. Dog howl, owl scream, ocean chanting, whispered secrets. Come to me, live with me. We dance, we dance, we dance on cliff edge. Smell salt spray. Wind fly over ledge, black to gray. Stars so high and dawn we lie. My white skirt spread out wide, moonlight in he eye, he hand on me tie, humping fast as the wind fly. Moonlight shine on me, moonlight smile on me. Tonight I am free to dance in the full moon breeze. But then me hoofy feel, and dread make he scream, and he reel. Cold wind laugh at he, falling off cliff to black sea. I stand, I stare, where he body must be. The wind laughing still at he or at me. Moon, watch it all, life and death. And the glaring golden day dawning.
again. Looking at the mirror, making sure it's all the same. Has it been a year, making sure I understand that I'm looking here in the prison where I am. Breathe. Cheers to the long night sessions. Cheers to the time they turn to confessions. When you write your fears and hopes on the paper, music is the way I acknowledge the maker. Fortunately, it's my art. What you listen to is my heart. I probably lose heart cause I shared so much. I probably lose friends cause I care about my people more than cashing out stars. Peace to the ones on my side as my eagles. Peace to the ones bridging gaps of the people. No, my strength don't come from the evil. I sing songs from my heart cause I am me. From the day I started to the day I departed, all that I want to be, I am me. From the day I started to the day I departed, all that I want to be, I am me. I ain't going nowhere, I ain't going nowhere. It's all that I want to be. I am me. I ain't going nowhere, I ain't going nowhere. It's all that I want.
Hello everyone, my name is Bolu Sings and I'm a 13-year-old singer-songwriter. Today I will be singing a song I wrote called Make It Right, which I wrote in 2020. Although I wrote this song in 2020, I do strongly believe that this message is still relevant today. Without any further ado, this is my song, Make It Right. Thank you.
"2020, what have you become? I'm just wondering what's going on. Why are people so cruel? What was done to you? People preaching truth are getting ignored. Don't even know what to do anymore. Have they not realized that it's time to make it right? What am I seeing from my eyes? When will they just apologize? Had enough of all this crying. Now it's time to make it right. "2020, what have you become? I'm just wondering what's going on. Why are people so cruel? What was done to you? People preaching truth are getting ignored. Don't even know what to do anymore. Have they not realized that it's time to make it right? What am I seeing from my eyes? When will they just apologize? Had enough of all this crying. Now it's time to make it right. Fed enough of wasted lives. This is wrong, no it ain't fine. Can we all just stop the fight and make it right? And make it right. Thank you.
Real food at its best. Lisa's Catering. Services for all occasions, providing for all your catering needs. Sinfully delicious Jamaican cuisine. Always fresh and always delicious.
Hello, my name is Lemoy. I am a poet and spoken word artist, and it is such a pleasure to be back for another year of Talking Tales. So thank you so much, Talking Tales, for having me. The format is different, but the spirit, the energy, and the vibration is the same. And I also want to say a happy Black History, Black Heritage, and Black Future Month. The poem I'm going to be sharing is in celebration of that depth, that wideness, and that height. It's 1526, and the Portuguese have completed the first transatlantic slave voyage. It's 1793, and Ontario passes the Anti-Slavery Act, roughly 268 years. It's 1995, and Canada officially recognizes February as Black History Month. 203 years. That is 470 years of interruption. So let me lift my voice and speak into your spirit real quick. Your black is beautiful. Your black resembles the night sky, shimmering with pointed particles of death. Your black causes poets to pen poems of pain and glory, of revival, of hangings from twisted statues older than those that abuse them. Your black carries an undertone of pink, like the gums we skin when life is irie, and the tongue that croons ashe when the creator is praised. It carries an undertone of sunset, like the horizon in ancient lands rich with our beauty. Your black history is the continuation in the stories of kings and queens. Your black history is the sprained and broken ankles of travelers on their way home. Your black history is the color of roots, the stench of strength, and the application of pride. So let me lift my voice and speak into your spirit real quick. Black being, Black awareness, Black revolution, Black trauma, Black tradition, Black freedom, Black you. Go easy on yourself. Black intimacy, Black music, Black movements, Black laughter, Black fashion, Black pain, Black remembrance. You should have died. Black smiles, Black swag, Black knowledge, Black fights, Black love, Black healing, Black memories, Black childhood. You should have died, and you didn't. You're still here. Black resilience, Black family, Black babies, Black happiness, Black hair, Black skin, Black speak, Black celebrations, Black spirituality, Black food, Black boy joy, Black girl magic. All Black lives matter. Let me speak into your spirit real quick. Go easy on yourself. You should have died, and you didn't. You're still here. Give love to yourself today. Black you, black you, black you. Let me speak into your spirit real quick. Give love to yourself today. You are doing better. And your black was, is, and will forever remain beautiful. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven rings. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling seas. Big, deep, wide love to all of you. Enjoy the rest of the program.
Hey everybody, how you doing? I hope that you are all safe and well and social distancing. All right, how are you loving the show so far? All of the performance up until now have been amazing, and you can only imagine what the rest of the show has to offer. But let me tell you this, I'm just stopping in to give you a quick story, but I've got a very special surprise for you later on. So you have to stay tuned to find out. In the meantime, let me big up Stephen and Elaine and their co-hosting duties. I love them, you love them. Hey, thank you for a great event. And let's get into it. This story is called Anansi, Monkey, and Tiger. One day, Anansi, Monkey, and Tiger find themselves in a rum bar, and of course, then commence to drinking. Boy, then drink and drink and drink. You would think the three of them were fishes the way they go on. Well, of course, somebody had to start boasting, and well, Monkey was the best candidate, because let me tell you, Monkey was a great boaster. What? Monkey could tell you a story so till. Well, here Anansi now. Monkey, you boast well, but I wonder, you have sense like the way you boast? Get where, fella. Monkey say, you never see anybody have a sense like a me. Me have it all over. And Nancy say, well, Monkey, me not have so much. Me have one for me and one for my friend. Well, the laughing continued, the drinking continued well into the night. And you see, a few days later, Monkey was walking down the road near where Tiger lived. But you see, Monkey didn't know that Tiger was eyeing him the whole night. It had been a while since Tiger had any monkey meat, and boy, Monkey was looking good. So here now, a monkey minding his own business walking down the road. And Anansi was working on the same road. Yes, Anansi was working on the same road. So a monkey was walking and walking. Just as he was about to pass Tiger's house, Tiger, who had been hiding, jumped out and catch him. Let me tell you, say, all of the sense which a monkey say him have, all of it gone. He couldn't put two and two together to figure himself a way to get out of that situation. So there he was, in Tiger hand, and Tiger was all too excited to be eating monkey meat. He couldn't stop licking lips, and Nancy was up the road and saw what was happening. Here, Miss Nancy now. Well, Tiger, I couldn't help but see how you catch that fella, and boy, you hold him tight. Him definitely look good enough to eat, and I think you should eat him right away. But you know, these days, food hard to find, especially monkey meat. So, you know, you should probably get down on your knees and cover your face and praise God for the meal you're about to eat. Tiger agreed. Tiger went down on his knees, covered his face, and began to praise God for the meal that he was going to eat. But you see, when Tiger opened his eyes, Monkey and Anansi,
gone. The two of them shut up the road, and there was Tiger left on his own. And when the two were out of sight for Tiger and felt that they were safe, Anansi turned to Monkey and said, "Hey, Monkey, me think so you did have sense all over your kin. What make you couldn't have sense enough to get yourself out of that the situation there?" Monkey said. And Nancy looked hard, and Monkey said, as a matter of fact, it was the first time that Monkey had nothing to say. Here and Nancy now. Well, it's like me say, me not have whole heap of sense. Me have one for me and one for my friend. And you see today, him use mine. And from that day until this day, Tiger hate Nancy. Jack Mandora, me not choose any.
Listen to me, friends, and I will sing the drama of the fall of the great city Granada, home of the Moors from the African desert. And on our hands we wore golden treasures. There were great stone walls and men without fear, and women with eyes as soft as a deer. Adiós, adiós, cantó el coro, hoy es la caída del rey moro. The king of Aragon arrived with his queen, with knights well armed on powerful steeds. You will give us the keys, for this land is ours. You know that you cannot fight our power. Your heathen God will not save you today. It is best you surrender than throw your lives away. Adiós, adiós, cantó el coro, hoy es la caída del rey moro. He looked upon his people with tears in his eyes, for he did not want even one of them to die. Oh, we have to give them the keys, oh my people, for I cannot see you befall any evil. It's been 3 months, and we've no food or water, and I would die for the honor of your daughters. Adiós, adiós, cantó el coro, hoy es la caída del rey moro. He opened the door with sadness on his face, for he knew that this day we must leave this place. The Moors had to leave Granada, and so was born La Tierra de España. And as we left this legacy of centuries, we heard them singing this chorus to we. Adiós, adiós, cantó el coro, hoy es la caída del rey moro. Adiós, adiós, cantó el coro, hoy es la caída del rey moro. Hoy es la caída del rey moro.
One day, Puss went on a journey. Puss loved to travel, and she would often leave home to explore the woods or the savannah. This particular journey led Puss to the river. She wanted to get across, but she was afraid of the water. And so Puss walked up and down the riverbank for 2 days and a night, searching in vain for a ford. Tired, she climbed up into a tree and rested. Who should come along? Anansi, with his fishing rod and his bag to catch fish. Anansi sat at the riverbank and he fished. He fished for about 30 minutes and caught nothing. He wiped his forehead and said, "Man, this fishing thing is real bad business, though. Are you real tired? I'm going to take a rest." And so Nancy rested, and he looked around, and he saw a tree stump with something trickling out of it. And so he went to investigate. He touched the substance. It was sticky. He tasted it. It was sweet. "Man, I'm a real lucky fella, though. This is a honey hole." And so Anansi put his whole arm into the hole to take out as much honey as possible. And when he did, something grabbed his arm. Frightened, Anansi said, "Wait, hold it, mate." And the voice from the tree stump said, "Mr. Wheeler." And Anansi said, "Then Wheeler, let me see." And so the arm raised Anansi up high into the air, swung him around 7 times, and threw him 50 yards down the riverbank. Anansi landed on a heap of dead leaves and tree moss. And he was lucky because if that heap wasn't there, Anansi would have been dead. However, he was out cold for about a 5-minute interval. When he got up, he checked his arms, no broken bones, checked his legs, no broken bones. And he said, "Man, that accident put me in mind how I could make a living for myself and my family." And so Nancy removed the heap and made a new heap of rocks and sticks and stones. And then he returned to the tree stump. All the while, Puss was in the tree, quietly watching what Anansi was doing. No more than 20 minutes passed, and Anansi saw Mr. Rat, and he called out, "Mr. Yat!" He would say Mr. Yat because Anansi could not pronounce his R's. "Mr. Yat, man, you looking real dapper, and that's who you gone, boy. I'm real glad to see you." And Mr. Rat said, "Why, Anansi, thank you. I did just buy this soap. It costs enough money. I'm going to go see Miss Mouse." And Anansi said, "Mr. Yat, come on, I got something to show you that can make you some extra money." And Mr. Rat said, "Extra money, Anansi? If I could make some extra money, I could ask Miss Mouse to marry me." And so Mr. Rat came to the stump where Nancy was, and Nancy showed him, gave him some of the honey to taste, and he said, "Mr. Yat, take out some honey for Miss Mouse." And so Mr. Rat put his hand into the honey hole to take out some honey for Miss Mouse, and something grabbed his arm, and he said, "Anansi, something holding me." And Anansi said, "Mr. Yat, ask who holding you." And Mr. Rat said, Who holding me?" And the voice from the tree stump said, "Mr. Wheeler." And Anansi said, "Mr. Yat, tell him Wheeler and let you see." And he did. And the arm raised Mr. Rat up into the air, swung him around 7 times, and threw him 50 yards down the riverbank. And Nancy, well, he picked up his bag that he had brought for the fish, and he went to collect Mr. Rat's body. Puss was watching everything going on, and she understood Anansi's plan, and she quickly and quietly came down out of the tree before Nancy could turn around and come back to the tree stump. And Nancy returned to the tree stump, and soon he saw Puss, and he said, "Puss, you looking like a sweet bread, duh. I'm real happy to see you." And Puss said, "Anansi, were you happy to see me?" And Anansi said, "Puss, come on, let me show you how you and I can make a living. Come and taste this honey." And so Puss came over, and she said, "Honey, Anansi, I don't see no honey. Put some in my mouth and let me taste." And so Anansi took some honey off the tree stump, and he put it on Puss's lips. Puss licked her lips. "Anansi, this honey sweet for sure. It is a pity there is no more. And Nancy said, Puss, this is what I tell you. This is a honey hole. Put your hand in and take out some honey. And so Puss took her hand and she pushed it to the right of the tree stump. And Nancy looked. Wait, Puss, you blind? You can't see a hole there. And so Puss took her hand and she pushed it to the left of the tree stump. And Nancy said, Wait, Puss, I can't understand. The hole is right there. All you want to do is take your hand and push it in like so. And Wheeler grabbed Nancy's arm. And then Nancy started to cry. And Puss said, But Nancy, why you getting on so? What happened to you? And Nancy said, Puss, something holding me. And Puss said, But Nancy, ask who holding you. And Nancy said, Puss, I know who holding me. I need you to do me a favor. I need you to go down the river 50 yards and you're going to see a pile of rocks and sticks and stones. Move them and make a big pile of dead leaves and tree moss. Make it big, nice and soft like you're going to sleep on it. Puss, you got to hurry. I don't got much time. Go on now and I'm going to give you my bag that I got yonder. And so Puss went 50 yards down the riverbank. She moved some of the sticks, some of the stones, some of the rocks, because she intended to teach Nancy a lesson. And so with the remains, she covered it with the tree moss and the dead leaves, and she returned. And Nancy, everything ready? And Nancy said, Who ordered me? And the voice in the tree said, Mr. Wheeler. And Nancy said, Wheeler, let me see. And the arm raised Nancy up into the air, swung him around 7 times, and threw him 50 yards down the riverbank. Puss, well, she picked up the bag that she was promised by Nancy, and she went on her way. And Nancy, well, he was out cold for a 5-minute interval. And when he came to, he checked his arms, no broken bones. He checked his leg, no broken bones. And he got to up. But something happened to his leg. And this is why up until this day, you'll see a Nancy hobbling about the place with a limp.
I'm so delighted to see you all, and I'm happy you invited me to do this with you. And how are you? How are you? You see, this thing about manners is a serious business, you know. It is not to be taken lightly. Some people don't know why them have manners. Them just have it because it's there. Them come in like this man who, when you ask him, and why did you climb Mount Everest? Him said, because it was there. Well, it's just so some people stay with manners. It come in them genes. It's part of the DNA. Them inherit it from them mother and sometimes from them father. It's there. No matter what condition you find them in and you say, how are you? Here comes the lightning reflex action. Fine, thank you. Miss Lady says just as well. Or a reflex question deserves a reflex answer. Because some people don't even know what them is asking you. Them just have manners. Because it's there. It's cocktail party conversation. My, you look wonderful. And how are you? Then if them can see what them asking for, Sometimes you really don't want to have any conversation with those kinds of people. But after all the things your mother tell you about have manners, you can't just tell them, get out and go about your business. You have manners because it's there. You take out the smile, fine, thank you. Or some people don't really care how you is. Except you collapse and start tell them how in these COVID times I'm falling apart. Lord, I'm such a mess. I'm so depressed. Is that them want to hear? So them can come and poor thing you. Make you into a topic. So people get paid to go and do research on. Make you into something politicians can campaign about. Make you into a sin so the righteous can quote you into Lamentations. One of them made the mistake of asking Miss Lady, and what is the world doing to you these days? Yeah? You should have been there to see how Miss Lady sweetly smiled and politely said, what is the world doing to me these days? Is what am I doing to the world is the better question. For you see me here, I am still here. I am a victory. Some people don't like to hear that, you know. But I am one idea them can't kill. I am a victory. This old granny, I am giving birth. You think me did done? To some natty head picnic on a blanket of ice, green and gold, for you know how much blood shed. So we could wear those colors. I go and christen them. I go and christen them. I go and christen them to Ogun. And I'm going to teach them how to dance to Shango. I'm going to feed them out of calabash. And I'm going to call them a name that's a permanent celebration. I'm going to call them resistance. And I'm going to teach them how to say, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy Sharp. Marcus Garvey. And when nighttime come, I'm going to sing them. I'm going to sing them. I'm going to sing them a Lumumba. And then I'm going to take them up into the mountain. And I'm going to show them how to play worry or something like that. And when school come off lockdown, I'm going to pack up them lunch kit with memories that I am still alive. I'm going to wrap them sandwich into a little piece of kente. I am a victory. Did Mr. Man now get a chance to say, hello, I didn't ask you all of that. Where did that come from? But Miss Lady not finished. She said, I'm going to give them a book. I'm going to give them a book. About the size God would have used. Full of patterns. Full of patterns in our image and likeness. Bantu nuts. Ebony carvings. And ivory. Mr. Man interrupt again to say where all of that come from. Well, you should have been there to see how Miss Lady sweetly smiled and politely said, well, let us just say it was there. Dead. Me nah dead yet, dead, me nah dead. Me nah dead yet, fly can follow me, bamba. Me nah dead. Me not dead yet, pass and pray for me, Bamba. Me not dead, 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 dead. Me not dead yet, dead, dead. Me not dead.
Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. This is Talkin Tales. We are live on YouTube and on Facebook. And in our presence, we have Dr. Amina Blackwood Meeks. Dr. Amina Blackwood Meeks.
Howdy do, howdy do, howdy do.
I am good, Dr. Meeks. This is Black History Month. It's February. Can you tell us what is happening in Jamaica for Black History Month?
Oh, Jamaica takes Black History Month so seriously that sometimes we quarrel with ourselves. Let me put my video on so you can see me. Yes, see me there?
Yeah.
Sometimes we have these quarrels with ourselves to say, why we take on this thing? And it's Reggae Month. And we also have Jamaica Day. But of course, we know that all of those are aspects of Black History Month. We have the African Caribbean Institute of Jamaica, which is the oldest of its kind in the Western Hemisphere, that documents the history of Black people in this part of the world. And for the last 25 years, every February, they have an extensive program which started out as a heritage celebration and now which is called Black History Month celebration. So every Thursday there is a lecture, there are performances, there is something which we call Ground Nation, no D in it, although some people say groundation, but it's the same concept. It is something which grew out of the Rastafari religion, spirituality, and it's just grounding. You may be familiar with Walter Rodney's book, Grounding with My Brothers. It's how we sit and meet and reason and get in touch with the earth and our spirit and one another. And there's a great deal of drumming. And so one of the activities for Black History Month is a Ground Nation. You know, of course, that COVID decided that we should not meet. So the Ground Nation has been recorded, and I will definitely find out when that is going to be transmitted so we can all get an idea of what the Groundation is. The last Friday in February is Jamaica Day. And Jamaica Day is a celebration for our children in schools. Independence Day happens in August when the children are not in school. And so they were missing a great deal of the civic ceremony and the excitement and so on, unless they went out with their parents to the National Stadium for the Independence Gala. So there is an activity called Jamaica Day, which happens in the last Friday of February, both for Black History Month and for Reggae Month. And every year, Jamaica Day is celebrated under a theme. All the themes have the same two words. And the two words always are celebrating Jamaica, followed by a colon, and then we say what we're going to be celebrating. And this year, the children are celebrating reggae. You perhaps know that 2 Novembers ago, November 2018, reggae was declared World Heritage Music. And so the children are going to be celebrating that and understanding what it means to have a World Heritage something and what it means that reggae music is World Heritage music. A number of the performers, Roy Rayan, I won't call all the names, are doing their own performances in various communities. Of course, under COVID,
under COVID protocols, and a number of them have been recorded. So almost every day, something happens that marries Black History Month and Reggae Month. And the great culmination this year will be our students celebrating Jamaica and celebrating reggae music as part of Black history. I finish, Miss.
No, I wanted to ask you real quick though, Dr. Meeks, is so Black History Month is celebrated. I think it started in North America, right?
Yes,
and
it did.
Is it throughout the world now, or is it just an American thing that people just follow, or is it official? Is the official month in Jamaica too, or the rest of the Caribbean?
Carter G. Woodson, who was the child of enslaved people in North America. I believe they were peanut farmers. I'm not sure, but I can check that afterwards. Carter G. Woodson in 1976 asked for just one day to recognize the history of Black people. And that one day became 1 week. And that 1 week became 1 month. And following suit, the United Nations declared 2011 the International Year for Peoples of African Descent. And after that, the International Decade for Peoples of African Descent. So at least the whole world should be engaged in what that means. In the United Kingdom, Black History Month is in October. I don't quite know why, and I have participated in some of those activities. In North America as well, there is Juneteenth, which also celebrates emancipation of Black people and therefore celebrates Black history as well. What that is calling attention to is the way we have been in the background, either put ourselves there or we have been put there, and that we have so much to celebrate that we could do it for 365 days of the year. But just like how we're happy to be alive every day, but when we birthday come now, we cook a special food and invite with special friends. That's how I look at Black history. Many of us say that before there was history, there was Black history. And that's true. And part of what we recognize is how, in trying to deny us our history in great civilizations, such as represented by the pyramids, people would say, oh, Egypt is not part of Africa, which we know is not true. Then we have the Middle East and the Far East. And we have to figure out what that means and what that has to do with us. And then, of course, we know that there was a Black man from Ethiopia who traveled. Some people say conquered, but we know that the English words don't mean the same in our original context, as far as the Ganges. And so that was his name, the Ganges. And that's as far as he got. So if you look at your map, you see how far this man would have traveled. And then there is Ivan van Sertima, who we have to celebrate as we celebrate Black History Month. He was a Dutch Guyanese. You hear the confusion? And he has written many things and accomplished many things. And part of what Ivan van Sertima accomplished is to get the word Negro expunged from congressional records. Many of us didn't know that. One of his most famous works is They Came Before Columbus. And Van Sertima documented the art in South America, the routes that people traveled in order to say that we were here before Columbus came. Allow me this little anecdote. When I lived in Guyana, 6 Angolans turned up one day. 6 Angolans in a boat as refugees. And we're saying, where did they come from? But if you look at the world map, on one side is South America, and on the other side is Africa, and you could almost take a straight line and you get from Angola to Guyana. So that, of course, justifies what Ivan van Sertima knew through research. I raise that because it now takes us 22 hours to get from Jamaica to any part of Africa. Now, of course, we have the direct flights to Nigeria, but just to show how we have been caught up in different ways of being separated from our history, our music, the calypso, the reggae, the mento, the spooch, the zouk, whatever form of music we have throughout the region rely very heavily on drums. And we know where that comes from. And we know that all over Africa, they say people who play the drums are closest to the ears and the mouths of God. The foods that we eat so represent our African heritage. And you mustn't give a storyteller a microphone, because then we'll chat for the rest of the evening. But I do believe that all across the region, we recognize Black History Month. We can't escape it.
You know, and with Black History Month, I would like to recognize you. And I would like to say thank you for your always, every time I encounter you, there's always the wisdom. I mean, it's just that you're just full with knowledge that we're supposed to be hearing. It's like you, someone said to me, I am impregnated with information. And with you, it's more than information. It's a little deeper than information. The wisdom, the knowledge. I want to say thank you. And I want to salute you, Dr. Amina Meeks, for all that you've been doing for us people. You are one of the best of who we are. And I say thank you.
Give thanks. Thank you, my sister. I put in the chat earlier, hand for hand, make hand clap. And that's what we're about. That's what we're about. We're helping one another to clap.
So since we have everybody here who are of African descent, I would assume, I would like us to put our hands together first for Dr. Amina Blackwood Meeks for what she stands for, and for ourselves, for standing in line and recognizing who we are. We say thank you. Bravo. Yes, yes. And we are proud of who we are, Dr. Amina Meeks, and for people like you who are living among us, right? And I don't see you as someone who's going to die, because I read somewhere that no one dies until the last man calls his or her name.
Yep.
Your name will be called. And I hope lots of other Black people's name will be called forever. We have given our contribution and we have done our part. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Miss Keisha Christie, are you here? She's having some internet issues, so I'm hoping that she's on right now. Keisha? Keisha is not on, so let's have a little chit chat. Let's have a little chit chat and see where people is coming from. Pauline, you're right there. Where are you coming from?
Hi, I'm from actually Nova Scotia, but I'm tuning in from Toronto, Ontario, living in Toronto, Ontario.
Oh, you're in Toronto, Ontario. Are you of Jamaican descent, parentage? What's going on?
My grandfather's from Kenya, and my mom's side of the family, they're from the Bahamas, so the West Indies. So yes.
Oh, we have a young lady from the Bahamas. Do you know which side of the Bahamas your family is from? Which one of the islands?
I guess it's the west part of the Bahamas. I never been to the Bahamas before, but yeah. So
we got to do something about that, Pauline. We got to
for sure
do something about that.
But it was really nice. I was in Africa. I went to Africa last year before the COVID and everything, and it was amazing because it actually was my dream to go there, and I always wanted to go there, and I finally got a chance to go there. So it's just so amazing, and I can't wait to go back. I was in Ghana.
In Ghana, ooh, yeah. That is so nice, lovely, lovely. So you get to go to was it Amina Castle?
Oh yeah, oh my gosh, we went there, and it was so sad to see, how what they did to our poor people and everything, and what they went through. But it was quite an experience, and I did have a lot of videos on it and everything like that, and I share with my friends, and my other loved ones and everything. But it was just amazing, and people over there, they're less fortunate than us. And, when I came back, I was totally a different person, like basically because, we have to give thanks for what we have here.
Yes,
and
yes.
a lot of people don't actually appreciate what they do have, and they're always complaining about something. And then when you go to Africa or different other places too around the world, you see people that are suffering, and it's not easy for them or anything, but yeah, we should always take, just be grateful. I'm so grateful of what we have here. And I look around in my bedroom, I see different things. I'm like, no more complaining for me.
That's good. That's good. And it's Black History Month. So what better time to appreciate what you have?
Yes.
And to think about others and try to be the shining example of who, and who and what we should be.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
Well, thank you, Pauline. And we will be right back with you again. But I wanted to do this, Pauline. Help me say hello to two special people.
Okay.
Two special people in same Toronto. That's Elaine and Stephen. Elaine and Stephen. Give a shout out to Elaine and Stephen for me, Pauline. Let's see the best of Toronto.
Okay. Hello, Elaine and Stephen from Toronto.
Or maybe Canada, because I see that they're signing. Elaine and Steve. Elaine, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. How are you guys doing over there?
We are fantastic.
Can you hear me too?
Yeah, man. Steve.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, man.
How you guys doing? How you
What
guys
you
doing?
all doing over there? Look, I see y'all have lights and thing ready to go. Elaine, where you get our hairstyle, girl?
Oh gosh, I'm telling you, I feeling nice. I'm feeling nice. I am challenging the ancestors. I'm calling them in.
Yes.
I'm calling all the ancestors in, I need at least a good 5,000 of them to walk with me.
How much you need?
At least 5,000 of them.
Lad, girl, the world must be in trouble there. I need 5,000. Me one, just one. Listen, you know what? I just have to say this, Steve. Steve.
The reason why, because I'm special.
Steve, you notice me, I get a Jamaican accent.
Yeah.
You notice?
I hear that.
What can I do with my Jamaican accent?
So I'll go. It's good. It's better than the most. It's better than most.
All right, I would like you, Elaine and Stephen, to take things from here. Are you guys okay with that?
We are good. We're good to go. Thank you so much.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're back, everybody. Everybody out there, we're in Zoom. We're on Zoom right now. Is that we're moving?
We're on Zoom.
We're on Zoom.
We're on Zoom.
Hello, everyone.
Yes.
What's
Hello,
going on?
Everyone.
As you can see, we're here. Change up. Everything
switch up the outfit.
You switch your outfit. So hold on a second. You switch up your outfit.
Yes.
Where your outfit come from?
My outfit is from Super Smart Styles, 2541 Eglinton Avenue West. So if you like what I'm wearing and you wanna, come on, give me a call, and I'll hook you up.
And for myself, first things first, you guys see me with the mask, a little thing on this, right? I got this from Just Say Zari. Just Say Zari, she's a 5-year-old entrepreneur. You heard me, 5 years old. And she sells lightly used and brand new stuff on her website at justsayzari.com. You can find adult masks, you can find children's masks, all that type of stuff on her website. On top of that, as you see, I'm wearing Fly Crown, right? You can see this brand. As you can see this nice stuff right here. You can catch this at flycrown.ca. You also catch it on IG at Inspired by FC. And they have exclusive stuff going on there right now. They have right now Black Love t-shirts exclusively coming out on Fly Crown. So check them out. You can get your pre-order in. Go ahead. Again, Fly Crown and Just Say Zari.
Just want you to press the button.
Oh, the technical things still happen again. Why we ready, but we're ready for technology, and this is why technology is not ready for us. But as you see, we're just gonna keep on going on and carrying on,
we're gonna go and we're gonna vibe and we're gonna enjoy ourselves.
we're gonna enjoy it because we want you guys to enjoy it. We understand you guys been here for a while. You guys have been coping with us, and we thank you for that.
So many things have happened today, but what today's taught me, it's all about the word patience.
Something that I have learned over the years that
Yes.
is needed,
Yes.
right?
Yes. In order to get things done, you have to be patient, right? We always say anything done in a rush get crushed. That's it, right? So we've been patient. Lots of challenges. So anybody that knows the story of anybody who's trying to build, trying to get there, without challenges, you won't get there.
We know how life works. You got to try things in order to know how to do it better the next time, right? Again, this is our third year, and this is our first year on this type of platform to try to put it out to multiple platforms. And with that being the case, just trying to get everybody on Facebook, on Instagram, on Zoom. That's where the technical difficulties come from. So we're learning. So when you go on for the next year, this won't happen. We'd be ready to flow, but we're still going.
We're asking the creator to let there not be a next year of this. So next year, these times, we'll be able to have the marketplace like we've done for the last 2 years.
Last 2 years, yes.
And just vibe with the community as they came out and shared themselves.
And yes, this is different. Like, we usually as a community, we are together as a community, but as a community right now, we got to be apart, but together in the same way, right? Yeah. So again, thank you guys for sticking around in the community. I know you guys can be doing a whole lot of other things, but you guys are still here supporting us. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
We have so much more to give you and to share with you guys. We still have giveaways.
We do have we have a giveaway, don't we? Hold a second. We have a giveaway.
Let's give away.
So what's that number again? Where is that number?
As we are practicing the giveaway numbers, I'm here.
All right. So I'm gonna give you the number, but wait, I have a question. All right.
And we're gonna hold 1 second.
So the question. Well, the number is 647-424-3649. Okay? That is the number. So now the question is, how old was Bola when she got her guitar?
That's a test.
And Bola, you can't answer this question.
That's a test to see, because part of this is listening, right? So as we are interacting with you, working through our challenges, our technological challenges. I'm going to say that word again. Technological challenges. I am technologically challenged.
I am too. So I'm glad I got my kids.
Yes, and we say that with love. So we have someone coming up next.
You have some. Oh yes.
Yes. Big things going on next.
Yes, live. We're just gonna go on live performance.
Live.
Yes. I've been kind of waiting for this for a while.
You know what I mean?
I'm waiting for this
we've
for a
been
while.
here, and one of the things about doing this for me, my first year, I wished this into existence, right? And I got it. So I'm so excited about that. But right now, it's about that moment of what we call, this is love month, right? And part of loving somebody is to love them through everything, right?
True.
So I know that right now, my beautiful sister from another mister, she's feeling a little bit, a little tense because things have not been going how she envisioned. But what she knows for sure, she invited people who love her. All right, let me break it down. We love her like how we love cooked food.
Yeah.
Right? So we love her, them way there.
You know many eat yet?
Easy.
Easy.
So we love her like how we love the cooked food. We have to let her know, so she not have to fret. Right? And translation, she does not have to worry.
That's
right? For those who don't know what fret means, it means worrying. So we don't want you to worry. Listen, we gonna give you our old school one. You ready for that one? Yeah, this one before you born. That one, yeah, say, no worries, your foreign mind and your Jamaican body.
Yeah,
all right?
yes.
So, I mean, no worry yourself. No kind of worries whatsoever. So that's our old school. I feel the old school people on here, who remember that one day, way back. Because guess what? I was in class with Jesus. So I saw me know them 1 year. Yes. So what we are going with? Okay. So you see
What's
that?
next? We're gonna do a video. We're gonna do another.
Yeah, we're gonna have Ayana is up next, and it's a live video. Okay, and when we say live, people, we mean live. So on a lively up on yourself to get ready for the live. How's that?
You're gonna like the voice you hear. You're gonna trust me, you like the voice you hear.
Rest, she can sing.
She can go on.
She can voice out a thing.
She can go on.
Voice out a thing. And that's what we want right now. So you will hear us because it's called Talking Tales, right? And we're celebrating our oral traditions. You're gonna hear we fly in and out of the patois. You're gonna hear me mix up all the accents them that I know. And we're gonna throw it back at you, but we're gonna mix up all the accents that we know. Right? So just putting it all out there.
I know.
All right, so good to go.
So good night, everybody. Good evening. We were waiting, but we were gonna stay until we got to see what we came here to see. We can't go anywhere anyway because we're on lockdown in Barbados. So it's convenient, but big respect to Keisha. Keisha has been involved in all of the storytelling with Caribbean freedom fighters, and she was involved in the Anansi Sound Splash and so on. I am not actually saying anything. I am introducing Heather Thompson. So it's my pleasure. So as soon as I finish introducing her, Heather will be up next. And Heather has been involved in all of our storytelling as well. Heather is a recently retired attorney at law who is now engaged as a full-time writer. Her poetry has been published in Anthurium, Tongues of the Ocean, and Pui. I'm not finished. I'm going to do it properly. So I need somebody to mute their mic since we're just recording for, yeah. Thank you. I have an audience now. So it gives me pleasure to introduce Heather Thompson. She's a retired attorney at law who is now engaged in writing full-time. Her poetry has been featured in or published in Anthurium, Tongues of the Ocean, and Pui. She's an experienced actress from a family of creativity and art and theater. And the highlight of her storytelling career to date has been being a finalist in the 2020 Ntukuma Anansi Sound Splash Storytelling Conference and Festival. So it gives me big pleasure to welcome Heather Thompson to give you her story, which is Obia Does Work for Me. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Ayana. Big hugs, Keisha. I know things didn't go as well as you wanted, but you know, we're still here. I am going to begin with a traditional opening for a Bahamian story, one of them. And it goes like this. Once upon a time was a merry old time. A merry old time was she. It wasn't my time. It wasn't your time. It was old story time. Now, my story is entitled, Obia Does Work for Me, and is inspired by an article entitled Bahamian Obia by Zora Neale Hurston. Now, a lot of people in this Nassau town, they like to say how the Pierres, they don't know how they get that farm out Cowpen Road. And they will say that old grandpa John Pierre, that he was involved in rum running. But it don't go like that. What really happened was one morning in the early 1930s, when Governor Dunbury was governor of the Bahamas, he was strolling in the grounds of Government House. And he happened to come upon John Pierre. And he said to John Pierre, did you see those magnificent shooting stars last night? Oh, but what a peculiar color. Bright orange. John Pierre laughed. He said, no, Governor, that wasn't no shooting star. That was Minnis and Ferguson flying. Flying? Yeah. They been to Pazac. He's the old bear man. Old bear? You mean like voodoo? Oh, no. We can't have that sort of thing in the colony. I'm going to get the police commissioner to look into that. Superstition. Oh, paganism. No. So the police went round by Pazac, and they find what they call instruments of old bear in the house. Things like bone and blood and quicksilver. So he gets charged, and he gets 3 months in Foxhill prison. Now, when Pazac come out of that courtroom, he was vexed. He said, I'm going to get that Governor Dunbury, and I'm going to get that big mouth John Pierre. Well, John Pierre, now he took that thing serious. So what he did, the next morning, when he wake up, he walked out of the house backwards, straight. He looked to the left, he looked to the right, till he hit the road. And when he hit the road, he spin round, and in the tracks what he made coming, he dropped white rum and sugar. Now, when he reached the house, he drank 8 glasses of water. And ain't nothing happened to him. Now, as for that Governor Dunbury, that's a different story. He scoffed when he heard the threat. He say, Beer doesn't work for me. Beer doesn't work for me. Beer. Well, something work on something. Because a couple of days later, guess what? All kind of purple spots come over his face and his body, and he turn off. So he decided to go to London to check it out. Well, them Harley Street doctors, they give him the works. Blood work, x-ray, head to toe exam, but they couldn't figure out what was wrong. They say to themselves, you know something? Maybe this is a new tropical disease. So they advise Governor Dunbury to come back to the Bahamas, pack up, and then go back to London permanently. So Governor Dunbury, he couldn't get a direct flight to the Bahamas. So he went through Miami. And since he was in Miami, he said, you know what, since I'm here, I might as well see a doctor because they live closer to hand. Well, he went to Coral Gables, and they run all the tests what they run in London, and they still couldn't find nothing. But what they did do, they came up with a different, diagnosis. So the doctor tell him, say, Governor Dunbury, I really can't give a definitive diagnosis on this, but if I had to take an educated guess, I would say you was poisoned. You didn't offend anybody, did you? Well, Governor Dunbury went to Nassau. He packed up, and he was saying goodbye to the staff. But when he reached John Pierre said to him, have to go back to London, you know. My Aunt Fanny Delaware from Cat Island, she could clear that fix in no time. A woman? Yeah, but she is the best in the Bahamas. She could boil a pot of water on a sail needle. Oh, no, no, no. I couldn't deal with something like that. But just out of curiosity, what do you think she'd do for me? Well, I think probably just a little bush medicine. Bush medicine? Oh, I could handle that. I'd like to try. So John Pierre, he went with his bottle down to the beach. Now, in the bottle was a message to Aunt Fanny, and it described the governor problem and asked what to do. So John Pierre fling the bottle into the sea, and it lands straight in Arthurstown, Cat Island, right at Aunt Fanny's foot. Aunt Fanny opened the bottle, take out the message. She write on the other side what the receipt was. And then she fling it all the way back to Nassau. John Pierre read it, made up the mixture, and took it to the governor. And he said to the governor, now, governor, you need 2 doses of this a week apart. The governor said, okay. And he took the dose. He didn't like it too much. It was a little bitter. But he took it. And lo and behold, in a couple of days, he started to feel better. His skin clear, and he started to get a little appetite. So Governor Dunbury get a little cocky. So when John Pierre went to him with the second dose, he said, oh, John, I don't think I'll bother with this. I'm sure it was, the doctors in London who got this sorted, and maybe a little bit Miami, but I won't bother. So John Pierre say, okay, Governor, it's up to you. So he gone off. Well, it wasn't long, maybe even the next day, when them spots start coming back. Well, Governor Dunbury, he wait this time. He called John Pierre and he begged him for that bush medicine. And after he take that, ain't nothing happened to him, but everything clear up. And from then on, he was fine. Now, about 3 years later, Governor Dunbury get a little promotion. London posts him to Hong Kong. Well, he wanted to thank John Pierre, so he called him in the office. And he said, John Pierre, I'd like to thank you, for helping me out of that spot of bother a few years ago. I don't really want to go into the details, but how would you like to be a butler at Government House? John Pierre was a little startled. He didn't know what to say, but he gathered himself up and he said, Governor, I am truly appreciative of your offer, and I am humbled by it. But I don't think that would really suit me. But you know what? If you really want to thank me, it's some good farmland, it's crown land out Cowpen Road. If I could get 10 acres of that, I would really, really appreciate it. The governor said, what? You'd prefer that to a prestigious position at Government House? John Pierre said, yes, sir. And so said, so done. John Pierre got that grant and he was so happy. Oh, there, there's work for me. Oh, there. Oh, there, there's work for me. Oh, there. And the Pierres have prospered ever since. Now, as for that Governor Dunbury, I sure hope he learned a valuable lesson that you don't skin up your nose at things you don't understand. Ebo Ben, my story ends. I'll never tell a lie like that again.
It was established in 2005. It was GWT, and it rebranded to Opulence Global 4 years ago. And what we cater is our health product, number one health product, which is the Fountain of Life right here, which is nature's most powerful creation from the Norwegian disease-fighting tree. We also have our microsilver toothpaste. Microsilver is a high-grade, medical-grade ingredient that kills bacteria instantly, and microsilver comes from Germany. This toothpaste is fluoride-free because fluoride is bad for you, and it's like a dentist in a bottle. This protects your teeth, your overall gums, cavities, inflammation, anything going on in the gums, and it whitens your teeth as well. Safe for kids, sulfate-free, and that's our addition here. We also have as well our 2-in-1 body wash and shampoo with biotin, aloe vera, and our Norwegian extract, which strengthens the hair, grows the hair. It's for all hair types, black, white, mixed, you name it. And this grows your hair. It kills dandruff on the surface as well. And you can also use as a body wash. It has a sweet coconut smell like you're going back to the islands. And we also have our new microsilver protection spray. It's a water-based spray, alcohol-free, kills mycobiome on the surface, and it's anti-odor. You spray it. You can spray it on your mask as well, in and outside of your mask. And this gives you added protection with what's going on right now. And we have amazing essential products for everyone in your household that will change your life and change your skin as well. But back to what we were focusing on with the Fountain of Life. This bottle here is nature's most powerful creation. It protects your entire body from cancer, diabetes, cholesterol, arthritis, eczema, psoriasis. You could take it internally and as well put it on your skin. And it's Health Canada approved, which I love. It's very important. We have very vigorous standards. And this is something that your body needs and protects your immunity, because that's where your gut health is where your immunity lies. And this also is antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory as well. So it kills any type of bacteria that's on the skin, and also repairs your hormones in your body, because we don't know what's going on inside of us. So you need an antioxidant that's going to help you fight free radicals, which is everywhere, which comes from your internet, your Wi-Fi, your environment, the foods you eat, things that you touch. This kills those free radicals and keeps away and fights off oxidative stress, which is what happens when our bodies and our T cells start from healthy cells and start aging over time. So this protects you from all those ailments that I named to you. This is not a cure. This is not a medication, but this gives you total protection from diabetes, cancer, heart disease, stroke, and all the things that inflammation that affects us Black people. And diabetes is the number one cause that is affecting our Black community. We have so many people who are prevalent with diabetes, and this is the thing that's going to help them control your glucose, diabetic neuropathy, so your foot doesn't get cut off, keeps your glucose levels in control, your blood sugar, your cholesterol, which is all interrelated, because without your health, you don't have wealth. You're not able to be at your optimal best. And even if the foods you're eating vegetables, fruits, rice and peas, which I love, oxtail, curry, goat, if you're eating all those things, you need a bottle of Fountain of Life that's going to protect you and keep you healthy and well, because this is a food source that's going to keep those elements, those toxins out of your body and allowing you to function at your optimal best at all levels. And we also sell jewelry. This is our fashion part, one of the jewelries we have here. These are one of the rings I have here as well from our jewelry section. And we just we just are keep expanding. We have more products coming out, but our number one essential product is the Fountain of Life, which I just showed to you, and our microsilver toothpaste and our protection spray, which everyone should need. It looks like this. And this is selling like crazy because it's just a bottle. There's no alcohol, which dries out your skin. And you can put it on your mask. You put it to clean your rugs. It's anti-odor. And you can put on your coat, your jacket, everywhere. And I just love this product.
We also have the men's captive body wash and shampoo. It's right here. And this is the conditioner. And a lot of the men, anyway, they use the shampoo more because they just like kind of wash their hair and go. And I have 2 boys, and actually the Posh body wash and shampoo would help with my son's dry scalp. Normally, we used to go to Shoppers Drug Mart, but buy the different shampoos like Tresemme and all those kind of things, but it didn't do what the actually Posh body wash and shampoo does. And it has the Fountain of Life in it as well. Here's the Fountain of Life again here. And yeah, so it has the Fountain of Life extract in there as well, which helps with the dry scalp, and but help with my son's hair. We also have the dual hydrating cleanser, which is amazing. All the other cleansers that I use out there for my face, when you put it on, sometimes it made my skin feel like more oily. And for myself, I had the T-zone, and so this is a good factor here. This really helped with that. And we also have the Revive 5D moisturizer, which is amazing as well. When I put it on my skin, it goes on like I don't even have it on. And so it's just amazing what it did for my skin, and it will do wonders for yours as well. And then I have the Quad AG, yes. This is amazing too. I use it at night. I use it sometimes during the day as well. And it has it's a microsilver night serum. So when you're laying down in bed at night, sometimes you have residue on your pillow, there's bacteria on your pillow and everything. So when you put this on, it's protecting your skin, protecting yourself, killing bacteria, helps to actually, to kill bacteria. And it's amazing. I have my brother, he uses this, and he had ingrown hairs on his face. So this helped with that too. He's always saying, oh my gosh, how it helped him with his ingrown hairs. And so he's just crazy about this. And this is one of my favorite products as well. And then I have the External 5, the eye serum. And the eye serum is amazing. I'm just going to take it off here a little bit. You see the roller here? So you just kind of press down on it, and a little bit will come out. And you put under your eye, back and forth, demonstrating here a little bit, and a little bit more. You see coming out here. You just put it under your eye, back and forth. And it's just amazing because those little fine lines, I call them laughing lines when you're smiling and everything. But yeah, so it really helps with that. It's amazing. I love that. And people always commenting on my, my skin. And I forgot to mention that the Fairy Flawless, the night serum, how it makes my my face nice and plump, which I love. Nice and firm and plump. And then we have it's the Dream Lips, So it's just like this. You take off the cover and put it on, and it's just like you rub back and forth, and it's just amazing. Like how it, sometimes some people they don't have. The lips are not really full, and when you put it on, it kind of it fills up your lips even more. It's just amazing. And I want to go back again to my baby here, the number one product, the Fountain of Life. Amazing. So it's the most powerful plant antioxidant out there, and it also has anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties to keep you healthy and well. And a lot of our people are dying and suffering with the number one disease, as Dion said before, diabetes, high blood pressure, lack of rest, women who are going through all their hormones, changing, and men going through it as well. So when we ask the question, what is antioxidants? Or what is a ligand? And most people don't have a clue what it is, But basically, it is a plant antioxidant that helps balancing your hormones in your body, because we don't know what's going on in our bodies. And yeah, and it's a cause of processed foods, processed foods, and it helps to balance your hormones and boost up your immune system. So as we are going through this pandemic, which is going on now, a lot of people, are finding like a lot of challenges, like, because in terms of, jobs lost, the stress, and the list goes on, So a majority of people are eating processed foods. They don't have to take the time to go out and, cook for themselves. They go out to, McDonald's, Tim Hortons, A&W, you name it, eating the red meat. So you need to protect yourself. You need something that was going to protect yourself. And this is the one, it's not a cure or anything for any chronic disease, but what it does, it heals your body. It's from a disease-fighting tree in Norway, Finland, and it's a self-healing tree. So anything that's self-healing, it's good. Trees heal. When people know better, they'll do better. So it's just amazing how it did work for me. I wasn't able to eat apples or oranges, because of the acid inside of it, and I would get bad pain in my stomach. And I did go to my doctor. She gave me these pills to take, and the pills were basically, I don't like to take pills because all of those synthetic, pills, they're not good for you, and later on they'll turn into something else. And so when I did take the pills, when I went to the doctor, she told me that it was gonna, help me with that. And after taking it for 1 week, I was still having the vomiting and pain in my stomach and everything. It didn't help at all. So when the lady introduced me to the Fountain of Life here, it was just amazing. After 2 days of taking it, it no more vomiting. The vomiting stopped. No more gas, no more bloating. Everything was just fine. I went back to the doctor and I told her about this, and she's like, "Oh my God!" She was just so amazed of what it did. And so, like I said, it took 2 days for me, but it's basically 90 days. I have the pamphlet here, 90 days before it's completely into your system. So, and here's our brochure here. We have the brochure here, and it's just amazing how I helped a lot of people. We're still helping people to change their lives around. We're helping transform people's lives, like with the Fountain of Life, because they're not realizing that health is wealth. You need to take care of yourself. Without good health, you can't get up in the bed in the morning. How can you get up in bed to even be here to what we're doing now, to be able to talk to you guys if we didn't have good health? So the Fountain of Life is just so amazing. I'm telling everybody out there today that you need to protect and preserve your health.
Absolutely.
That's the majority, like, for sure.
And that Pauline just hit it right on the bat. Without your health, you have nothing these days, especially with the pandemic. We advise everyone to try a bottle, use a bottle, and transform yourself. This is going to give you more energy, more vitality. It's going to make you feel like you have not felt in a very long time. And especially if you're eating the processed foods, or you're eating the ackee and saltfish, or you're eating the rice and peas, or the rotis, you need this to still protect you, because there's not enough lignans in those foods that you're eating. And you need to protect your T cells. And we are in over 200 countries worldwide. We ship globally. And Pauline here has 10 drops a day equals to 308 cups of oats, or equals 50 cups of green tea, or 100 cups of tomatoes, 510 lettuce, 1,800 apples a day. And nobody I know can eat 308 cups of oats. That would be way too much. Instead, you could just take this one bottle, take it with you. You take it under your tongue.
Mm-hmm.
You could also put it on your skin, very versatile, and carry it around with you wherever you go to protect you. You could take it morning, noon, or night. You could even take it with medication that you're with. We advise you could also consult your physician if you're unsure about whether to take this with your current medications. Please do let your physician know. And this is the number one antioxidant that's kept me well since the beginning of the pandemic. I haven't got sick. I haven't felt the tired, sore throat that I used to have in the past. It's really helped me tremendously with my energy, weight loss, digestive aid, and so much more. And
I just want to show you how it's taken. Actually, so I'm going to take it off here. You squeeze it. You put it underneath your tongue where it goes into the bloodstream quicker.
Yeah.
And you hold it there for about 2 seconds, and then you swallow it. Amazing, amazing. So everybody should give this a try. To protect and preserve your health. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. The fountain of life, nature's most powerful plant antioxidant that's out there.
It was an amazing day.
And in more information, if you want to contact us or Pauline, here's our information here. Our number, our website, our email. If you want to contact us for any information about any of the products we showed you today, we'd be happy to help you out, answer any questions. We do direct selling, as well as we have our website. For if anyone's in the Toronto area, it is cheaper to buy the products from us directly as opposed to getting it shipped to you. Or if you prefer just having it shipped to you, you can go to our website and have the items shipped to you. If you'd like, you have a choice. So you can pick them up directly from us. We can give them to you or at a decent price. Or you could have them shipped to us if you go to our website to make a purchase of any of the products we showed you. And as I said, we start off with fashion. This is one of our fashion pieces here that you can get. As a VIP customer, you can buy anything, and you'll be getting perks and points, Opulence points as well, if you become a VIP customer and you spend over a certain amount of money, whether you buy Fountain of Life, whether you buy a piece of jewelry, whether you buy our amazing shampoo or toothpaste, you will be getting points as well if you do shop online.
Thank you very much, ladies. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes,
we can hear you guys. We can hear you guys. Thank you very much. You can get that. You guys get that bottle. Hey, you hear what they said? All the foods that you're eating, you can't get that. So get that bottle. Help yourselves out.
Even for yourself,
Thank you
sir.
very much.
Yes, we recommend it.
It's all about health. It's all about staying healthy and being healthy, right?
And remember, your health is your wealth.
Health is, that's right. Health is your wealth. You get one body. Understand that. You get one body, and if you don't treat it right, eventually it's gonna die on you. It's gonna say, okay, I can't take it anymore. So treat your body as well.
Yes,
that's right.
You want folks to remember that and take in the information and check in with Keisha, because Keisha will have and post the information of everybody today who shared everything, whatever you want, whatever they shared. Keisha will have the information for you. So check out the website.
And without further ado, speaking of Keisha, speaking of Miss Christie, we have been here. We have been waiting. She has been patient.
Yeah.
And she is ready to come and give us a beautiful story. All right. So Keisha,
come on in.
It's time for you to take the stage.
Greetings.
And we're back, everybody.
Hello, people. Gentle people. On behalf of Talking Tales, we just want to say thank you so much for honoring the lovely Keisha and her journeys, and for you guys to just stay on. We receive that with gratitude because it's been some challenges. Mr. Stephen?
I'm saying, I got to eat, so me good now. Me good. I got to eat some food. So and the food is blessed. Even
in belly full now.
It's good.
So it hit a little something, so my tummy feel nice, and we're ready.
We need to introduce our next guest because she's actually going to sit here and interview with us and clean up here a little bit.
Yes.
She's gonna,
sit
and then she's going to perform for us, and so that's even
She's gonna do all kind of things for us.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, scared. You get ready for a run.
I'm just like, wow, I like a flash and things are going on and we're not sure what's going on. And in the spirit of the ancestors, me call them down, come and say, I want at least 5,000 of them. So, a couple of them are in the room. We have to know that the ancestors are in the room with us.
Hey, no, no, I am not acknowledging anybody in here who is not breathing. And nope, nope, nope. And they want to follow me home? Nope. Me good.
We're honoring the ancestors. You understand? We have the Honorable Marcus Garvey, you know, and Marcus Garvey always said, in order to know where we're going, we need to know where we're coming from. And the sister that's about to come and sit with us, she has an amazing story because she's doing just that analogy of what we said. In order to know where we're going, we need to know where we're coming from. So, you ready?
Without further ado.
All right.
Is she coming on right now? Is she gonna just walk? Why don't you just walk up here and
just walk up? Yeah.
Just jump in. There you know how the family thing there. Just jump in. So we're always introducing everybody. But since I just ate and I'm tired.
And your belly full bouncing happy.
So what we need you to do, we need you to introduce yourself to the world.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Candace Cash, calling all soldiers home. I'm a singer-songwriter.
Hold on. Candace, they can't see the pretty face and they can't really hear the voice. You have to pull on the mask a little bit so we can.
To me, I try to do the safe thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to promote safety within this time. I came on between the co-hosts, and I was trying to protect the eye. So I was holding on the mask, but because you want to hear me.
You want to hear us in your face.
I will remove the mask by request of the host. This.
My mask, me good.
Okay, so I am Candace Cash, calling all soldiers home. Cash is an acronym, as I mentioned. Singer-songwriter, currently in the Toronto, Canada area, but originally from Trinidad and Tobago.
All right.
Yes.
Big up me.
Big up all the Trinidad. Yeah, man. We don't have no carnival, but we still having a good time.
All right. And I might jump in on that
as we talk in tales.
Hey. Tales. Yes.
All right, everybody's listening. Let's hear the song. Hearing that Trini accent is missing fit. I'm missing a fit hard now.
Listen, I'm missing a fit right now too. Right now we should be setting, but because of the pandemic, we are still trying to come out of our what is it? Our stay home order.
No, excuse me.
I'll lock up.
The mayor said. The premier said, "Tan
Well, he tried to say that.
Yes.
It didn't come out like that. But we understand.
Honoring the request of our premier.
Yes. And the premier was trying to honor us by letting us know that patois, however we talk it, whether we sing it, that patois is a language.
Yes, it is.
And that's indeed that tried.
And what he was trying to also do is recognize culture.
Yeah.
A lot of our culture is West Indian. And as you know, Jamaica, you guys are strong. So a lot of people recognize you above the rest. Therefore, he tried to relate with you, the people of Jamaica, by saying Tanayaya.
You imagine him with a, you imagine him coming with a Trinity accent? You imagine what that would have sounded like?
Well, that would be the real thing. Why you didn't do a Trinidad thing or let's stay in our house, let we party and set and lime.
I got
that is where she said, keep the lime home.
All right.
Yeah, that would have been a good one.
I think you're gonna put that one out there.
That's what we do. Keep the lime home. Or let's do it in all your house.
Yeah, I think we're gonna put that one out there. I like that.
I like it.
I can't say it like that, but you understand?
But I would teach you so we don't roll it out and all there.
Yes, I can take a little bit. You understand?
I'm not even gonna try.
All right, I love this. This is amazing. So we heard a little bit. So tell us more.
Tell us more. Ask questions. When you ask and you shall receive. The Father said that, little bit in the Bible.
See that? So I read it. So you came from Trinidad.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We know the black don't crack unless your hand crack and then you walk, but that's another conversation. So you're looking real good.
Thank you.
So how old will you be when you reach yourself?
Oh God, when I reached Canada, I was around 16. Keep in mind, I grew up in New York. So I left Trinidad at the age of 10 I grew up in New York. Shout out to everybody in New York, Crown Heights. I grew up in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, Franklin Avenue and President. The first school I remember going to was PS 241, where I learned that I was Black. Because coming from Trinidad, everybody's Black, so you don't really know you're Black, right? So when you go into Americas or you go into foreign and they start teaching you about civil rights and these things, it's like, oh shit, that is me. They're talking about me. So wait, I was a slave? My people were slaves and they were, so that was when I had a self-realization of slavery, of the whole struggle of Black people, because coming from Trinidad, all I have to deal with is Indian. Trinidadians was Black or Indian. Now we have, of course, a vast multicultural. So we have Persians, we have everybody now. But back in those days, in the 93s and these things, back in those days, I only was Black and Indian. Either you're Black or you're Dogla or you're straight Indian, right? So in coming to America at an age of 10 and being in the public school system, that is where I came into the identity of I'm a Black woman. That's where I came into the identity of my ancestors were slaves, because we don't have that kind of teaching in the West Indies. Did you have that in Jamaica?
No, kind of, but not
but not to the extent that you get when you come into foreign. So that's when you kind of feel that slap in your face, right? And so I grew that, and then from there I left America. I came to Canada at the age of 16, and I was in Malvern. Big up Malvern, everybody out there. I went to West Hill, met some really incredible people, and started my journey of self-discovery around that time, your high school time.
So, question for you:
Yeah,
when you
sure.
came from the United States to Canada,
right?
Do you notice a difference in the difference of the racial?
Totally different. Totally different. One, in the States, there wasn't really a lot of mixed couples, right? Being 16 coming to Canada, you would mostly see the interracial relationships that I saw in the States was mostly Spanish guys with Black girls, or Puerto Ricans or Dominicans. Big up on my Spanish people, love you guys. And so coming here was when I actually started seeing more interracial couples with white, purely white, being with Black people. And I thought it was good. I actually was like, oh, well, it's not as blatant, the hate, as I would see it in America. So I felt a little bit like, because, you would get, sometimes you're on the subway, the MTA in New York, and you're getting a whole history story about Ku Klux Klan and how much they hate me and da 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 da. You know what I mean? On the train, you're getting these things. So coming to Canada, this was like an actual relief to see Black people and white people living together and being with each other and having relationships. What I did notice was when the Black man was with a white woman, he treated her even better than he would have if he was with a Black woman. But that is in the individual brought up seed, right? So at the end of the day, I just was glad to see that we were coming together and kind of interrelations. And as I continue in my path, I started just trying to write music and doing things that I like. I came from a background of performance. So in New York, I worked tap dancing. I did cheerleading. Big up Jackie Robinson, tap dancers. Miss Johnson, she was the one who taught me about entertainment, I could say. I worked with some really great people in the entertainment business. The late, great Titus Walker, he was a really good playwright in New York. He's dead now, but he was a great mentor in developing my skills in loving music, right? And then in coming to Canada, I came from an R&B background in Trinidadian, so I left Trinidad when I was 10, so I wasn't really much of a soca or calypso person. So when I came into America at 10 and then come to Canada at 16, I was more into the dance hall scene or more into the reggae scene, because that is what, flung to my identity. As you know, in Canada, soca is still, now it's becoming a little bit more mainstream. But in those times when I first came, It wasn't
Yes,
mainstream.
that's
Reggae was more mainstream than soca.
And then, so different types of reggae.
Yes.
So we had the Bob Marley type of reggae
Yes.
that spoke to a social justice
Yes.
message.
Yeah.
And then we had
Dancehall.
the dancehall reggae that
Dancehall
was
came in.
more showcasing the different type of dances.
Yes.
90s was
Elephant Man brought us so many dances.
Before the Elephant Man, we had the Mogul.
Yes.
Mr. Mogul was the
Yes,
man.
Mr. Mogul. Right.
Mr. Mogul brought dance hall music to mainstream media.
That is so true.
Right? From Jamaica to the United States to Canada. Wow. Right? Yes, Mr. Waki. Right? And so part of the music was every music until this day comes with a dance.
Yes.
So every kind of new type of whatever came with a new type of movement. Just like the soca.
Right.
Same thing. You have every
right.
new type of soca song come out, it had a movement that
yes.
right? So
well, I mean, with soca, it's all about gyrating your waistline, right? So I mean, as long as you're a gyrating waistline kind of person, you have some snake oil, you have to through the world, right?
So we had that. So now that you identified, from 10 to 16, you came to Toronto. Why did you, the genre of music that has you, what led you to that?
She was Rihanna. She was Rihanna before Rihanna come out.
So yes, I
was. Because you've gone through the transformation,
the many transformations, and I'm
culturally as well as.
And the good thing is that when you stop transforming, something wrong. You should be dead. You should always be transforming. You should always be trying to become a better you, right? So why I went with the music that I'm going with. So originally when I coming from New York, I was somebody that was into hip hop and R&B. I can't lie, so I was the one singing the Mary J songs and the Faith Evans songs and the Lauryn Hill and them things there.
Yeah.
And because my crowd wasn't really that crowd, I linked up with King Turbo, Ricky Turbo.
King Turbo.
They used to do big up yourself. They used to do a thing called Fight Club. I don't know if you guys remember that back in the day in Scarborough.
Yes.
And so they would also feature artists at Fight Club. And then they started doing something at, I don't know if you guys remember the place Ocean Bay.
Yes.
I used to come to Ocean Bay and do things because they used to also promote artists. And so they helped in the development of Candice Cash in that they helped open that doorway. And so I always give thanks and praise to Ricky Turbo, Slingshot, and the whole Turbo family because they helped me to recognize the skills that I had.
Nice.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And we don't have people out there that's helping the new artists. We don't have anyone mentoring them or giving them direction. And I'm glad that in my come up, they were there, right? Yes. So I want to give a big shout out to those that are out there that are trying to mentor and bring people into the music. I know that in this time of Corona, it's kind of hard, but don't lose your faith. Don't lose your drive. Just continue. This is the best time to work on yourself and work on your craft. So keep doing it.
You landed in the verb. That means that you had to have participated
in a lot of basement parties. Effingham, boom, boom.
So that was the end also. Because when you can go there, so you take a microphone and you chant down 2 crowds.
Yes.
That's where you get your crowd.
That's where you get your crowd. And when you could take one of them cover song and then just slap it on the reggae, it's like, whoa, where did you come?
Yes, you get.
Whoa.
Yes. So we are privileged to be sitting with you.
Give thanks. I appreciate you saying that.
We are privileged to be sitting here because we hear Steph, you're going to give away
a song.
Yes.
So I recently released a song. It's called Disappointment. It's on YouTube. Please look at it. Please search for it. Disappointment, Candice Cash, Kandice Kash, Cash, as I said, is calling all soldiers home. So would like you guys to check it out, download it, order it, share it with your friends, share it with the people them. This song came from You know how people have a tendency to say they love God?
Yes.
Many, many people in this world today are Christians. Many, many people in this world today praise God. But for some reason, I realized with just my interactions that people only seem to speak or talk of God when they're in need of God. It's not when things are going good do people think of God.
Yeah.
And I feel like no matter what the situation is, God must always be first. So this song is called Disappointment, and it's more or less reaching out to the people. Enough of them don't seek God first. They only pray to him when they need him. They don't seek him every day and night. And those people, they're the ones that get a big disappointment. And that's how the song came to me.
I agree.
That's right.
100. 100. I agree.
So I'll sing the song. I'm not really good at sitting down and singing because it kind of
So stand up.
stand up.
Come on here. Why you gotta break up the?
Let them want to see Jaja by appointment. Whoa, Jah loving is so permanent. Until Zion look how going and build me residence. Jaja say on the first day, when him look upon the earth, it was without Lord, and like a lion's roar, him shout out, let there be light, and there was light, and immediately the place was shining bright. What a sight, I will never bow down to the poor party queen. True me is a rasta, overstand what I mean. Forever I'm rocking my eyes gold and green. Jah loving on my heart as I sing for my team. Big disappointment, if them want sick, Jaja by appointment. Whoa, Jah loving is so permanent. Until Zion look at going and build me residence. Yo, them get a big disappointment. If them want sick, Jaja by appointment. Whoa, Jah loving is so permanent. Until Zion look at going and build me residence. If Jaja done bless we, then none can curse we. If Jaja done guide we, none can mislead. We already know the truth. Cause Jaja done tell we, and we feel the vibe. When some of them ugly, like them want for slew we and mince we, till we turn into Vincy. Them want for extinct we, but Jaja protect we. And holy and surely them unfolded for we. Son a guardian fi tell we. Then get a big disappointment. If them want seek Jaja by appointment. Whoa, Jah loving is so permanent. Until Zion look how going and build me residence. Cut! I'm cutting it right here because you don't know. We have enough people. We have enough people in the place and we just talking tales. So check out the song Disappointment, Candice Cash, calling all soldiers home with a microphone, talking tales. Big up yourself. Give thanks for showcasing me, and the interview today. I appreciate it. One perfect love.
Things are going, people.
Yes.
We they are
right,
all kind of things. So, Candice
Cash.
Talk the acronym. What the acronym mean?
Candice Cash, calling all soldiers home. See it there. Calling all soldiers home.
All right, see there, Steven.
I told you guys, it's not gonna be disappointed.
And watch it. We never use no auto-tune. A natural thing.
See that?
See there, respect, sister. So today we are celebrating. And for those of you who've been on, and I thank you, there's been so much, but the Father I bless we. And she said something that you guys didn't get to hear with them say, only people call upon God only when they're in need. Right? But we call upon God every day, all day. Yes. You understand?
Throughout
so it's been a moment of celebration. Right, and Miss Keisha about, and she her heart is full today because she's had so much loving. Cause we just love her and I love her and I love her up because she's doing talking tales, right? Celebration of culture. For those of you who don't know, I put out the flyer, and some people didn't jump on the flyer quick enough.
But that's okay. Who's supposed to be here is here. And who is going to support will support. Whether it's today or tomorrow, they're going to look at it and they're going to come again, right? Right. One perfect love, everybody. Give thanks for checking it out. Big thanks for coming out. And you don't know, Elaine and the brother, we doing it up. Talking tales. What?
Big things, yes. All these things that's going on, right? So we continue to celebrate. Many times I talk to people and I say that this month, they say Black History, but we tell them it's not, right? What it is, it's a month of love. So you get to love and learn something about somebody. right? History, our history should never be a mystery.
Should
You
never.
understand? And this history is not for
we should
me
uncover it.
or for it's for everyone. Because when you learn people's history, you know how to relate to them, you know how to treat them different, you just know how to do all the right things. Remember, it's not an exotic fruit. Okay? And it's like you go on Eglinton, go eat a patty. Right? And you go down pan down during the Greek festival, and you go down there go eat a Slovaki. Right? And also. Alright? And you go Chinatown, go buy a Chinese food. It's not that. It's deeper than that. Right? It's about understanding. It's about letting loose of all of the stereotypes that we hold about each other. Right? Even culturally. Because we come from different islands. We celebrate and do things very differently.
Yes.
Okay? But that's what we must continue to do. Celebrate.
But we must also celebrate each other.
Yes.
And celebrate each other's celebration, because at the end of the day, until we learn about each other's culture and appreciate each other's culture, that is when we will start to break down those walls that we've decided to put up.
Okay.
So we put them up. They put them
They
up.
put them up,
because
yes,
they-
because
they're the ones-
to divide and rule is the only plan, But I am a fool to make them overcome, 'cause I am queen in this jungle, sitting oh so high. I'm so humble, see so many fall, and they stumble along the way. Yeah.
So we hear, you hear that? Real talk, I hear that brap brap, and we say big tune. When the music sway to it, we say big tune. What you say, Steven?
Big tune that.
All right. And she there, and she not in a no studio, right? Nothing other than voice out, right? And it comes straight from the diaphragm, because she feel it. You understand? And we're sharing that with all of you. We're sharing that with all of you this afternoon, right? So I thank you all who's come on.
Yes.
Like Tankono for just who's here is here, right?
Yeah.
So you already know lots of things. So you follow. And for those of you who don't know, now you will know. The lovely Keisha Christie. So when you're done, you go up on the Facebook or Fastbook, whichever one you decide to be, and go on. Look up her name. Look how many years she's been at this. Look at the message that she brings out, because we talk about love. That's part of it. Loving is supporting. So go and see what it is that she's doing.
Can I say something?
Oh yeah.
So I just want to give a big shout out to Keisha Christie, because she is, as a matter of fact, told me today that she had reached out to me when I recently released my track and told me how much she loved the track and wanted me to come on the show. And it just so happened by the Most High's grace that we were able to meet last week, and we were able to bring me here to you guys. So big up Keisha Christie for following through with your mindset, with your plan, and when you continue, things happen and it manifests just the way that you want it to. Even though it may not come exactly the way, the Father is always on time. One perfect love.
All right. You hear that? We're not for say no more. Right? The Father is always on time, right? They say your time and his time is never the same time, right? Because them say man a right and God a do, God a wipe. So with the behind the scenes now, whole heap of things going on back, whole heap of things. We've had people on Zoom all around the world. We have from Barbados, where else we have Jamaica. We have all the different islands represented. We have Trinidad. We have all the islands represented. But the number one place was Mama Africa, because that's how all we come from. Some people don't want to deal with it, but we're not going to perplex on the tranquility today. Right? We leave you for that one. What was it, Steven?
Man, thank you guys very much. We bless you guys for staying on, being with us through all this, through our little technical situation. But as you see, Miss Cash doesn't need no technical situation.
Yes.
All she needs is a phone and some ears.
Yes.
So thank you guys very much.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
Say
you.
less.
Yes. So that's what's been going on. So it's been beautiful in here, right? Been beautiful. Sisterin came through and just gave us some serious love, right? And we don't know what we'd do. She just came through and she voiced, and she just felt, she just felt so good. And And if you wonder what me I look for, hold this for a
Your
second.
glasses I look for.
Hold this. Me I look for the glasses. All right, see it there. Sorry guys, me have to say, me can't see now. So at this hour, big up yourself. Donna, thank you for coming on. My lovely Jenna, thank you. My cousin, Alavine, thank you. Laletta, you woman, always supporting everything all around the world. Thank you. I love you. I bless you. Right? And everybody, Kamar, big up. My sister, Nia Cole, aka Nicole, big voice. Thank you for coming on. Right? Big up the massive. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Diane Cox, thank you. Right? And I have to say, everybody that came on, right? So we've been on Zoom, we've been all over the globe, and we are loving every minute of it. But today, we are celebrating the lovely Keisha Christie because, trust me, she really did it. And Lisa catered for us this afternoon, and she filled up with belly with rice and peas and all the goodness. So I'll be putting out her information. We also get drops and greater cake and all these wonderful things that has been here. But one of the things that she does that is amazing, she's always giving back. The one Keisha, always a give back. So I want to show her something. Step aside, my queen. See that? See the bag them? They're full of goodies. So una must call in, find her, message her, make her know say una love her, right? And one of them bag there can be yours. You understand?
Mine too.
Right? Move on, go away. Right? So message her, and the phone number 647-424-3649. So you text that, and there's other giveaways, right? So we thank you all for coming on. Yes, because that's what's been going on as we speak, right? So we've been in Zoom chat. We did this chat, yes, and the people them has been vibing and they've been loving it, right? We have a few more people to come on. We will share more of the information with you, right? As I see these things, me and these technologies, I'm technologically challenged, but I'll leave that one. Yes, right? So big up everybody. Big up. We thank you for coming on. We thank you for just, thank you, cuz. Hey, Kay, how you doing, sis? Yeah, so that's what's been going on. So it's Talking Tales. Find her. We're going to be doing a few more other things just to continue the oral tradition. Big up what's happening in our communities. So many things. So continue to reach out. Continue to share love. Miss Janet, big up. Thank you, sister. Right? Sheila, thank you for coming on. You're watching Talking Tales. We're live on Zoom, we're live on Instagram, we're live on Facebook, we're live all around on all the different social media platforms. Yes, and we've been here for a couple hours and it's been a challenge, but we welcome challenges, right? Because that's what makes us who we are. So you heard the sister. I will leave her information if anybody wants to have her, invite her to perform at anything. She is here, willing to do so. Okay, so sending out lots and lots and lots of love to all of you. Yes, and we receive all this love. And if you like what I'm wearing, hello, Patrick. My iLife family is on. Bigging up my iLife family. Big up Greg. Thank you. Right? So, like I said, they call it Black history. We call it everyday history. Right? And like I said before, our history should never be a mystery. Right? So